us the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Bring them in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We doing hundreds, we going insane. Pouring this. Yeah, homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions. Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss. Baby, it's all in the wrist. You really wanna be the boss, it's expensive. Ain't the real champ if you never defend it. Put in that work, I'ma make them remember. I just broke down hella trees, yelling timber. Standing in the line, they put me in the center.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. Playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Going to the air right away, Lawrence. A check down here to Jones. Room here to run. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
Yeah, and you see the final number there on how far that ball traveled. Pretty impressive. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
If we had $1 for every time we heard a team talk about explosive plays and how valuable they are, we probably wouldn't have to work very much. And we just saw a big one there. And then they tried to go explosive again, going for 2.
Yeah, is that a little too risky, you think? Just kick the extra point?
And I know about getting points, and if I feel good about my kicker, I go ahead and do that. But with that ball at the 2-yard line, going for 2, I think it's awfully tempting for teams nowadays.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off of play action, here's Lance. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start.
Set, ready. Go, 38.
To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Lance to throw on 3rd and 1. And this is going to be incomplete.
As you and I know from visiting a lot of camps, no one practices this type of a start, do they?
Especially not on the road. You give up the touchdown on the opening drive. Now there's likely a 3-and-out on your first possession.
Yeah, you throw that incompletion there. You hate to fall into a hole early, especially on the road. Got to be careful.
Okay, ready?
Lance and company going on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. On 1st down, Lawrence going up top. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get the field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Lawrence. And now another one thrown incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this will stay a one-score game as the lead will hold at 6.
And this is a commentary on today's kickers and just how good they are that a coach would think about running his guy out there to try a 59-yarder. Here it backfires on him, but as a kicker, you have to appreciate the confidence that they showed in you.
Here we go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we know all about the importance of this ball game. Sure, we're still just in the middle part of the season, but this one you feel could have ramifications down the line.
Right now you're looking at these two teams as being the number 1 and 2 seeds in the NFC, and I know it's a little early to start worrying about seeding and such, but let's face it, if these two meet again, the winner of this game could be the one hosting that game that they play down the road.
Throwing on 1st down is Lance. That's to Mitchell out of the backfield. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
37. Check.
Mitchell, touchdown, Baltimore. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Yeah. They'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And Charles, still a long way to go in the season, we know that. But as it stands, these are your top 2 seeds in the AFC. So I ask you, is this a potential AFC championship preview?
Brandon, I need you to give me a fence and a saddle because I'm about to ride that bad boy because I think there's so many good teams in the AFC. Maybe we could look at like 3 games a weekend and say, this could be an AFC championship preview. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now a play fake. Lance letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Lance looking to throw it. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
There's Chris Olave. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Chris Olave, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Chiefs are able to move back in front. They'll look to throw. And this will be caught as they convert here for 2. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get them to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today. So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in the conference.
On play action, Lance. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. And it's taken in at the 9. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Let's go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action. It's Lawrence. Man open. That's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
Hey, Alpha. Hey, back up, back up.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. The Chiefs at 9-1 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. From the 6. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Lance now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, it's Lance. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
When you're a capable runner, oftentimes your quarterback coach, your offensive coordinator, they love to see you break the pocket and go ahead and take off. I think he could have gotten vertical and picked up something there. Instead, he pushed it downfield. Incomplete.
Lance again here on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him.
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. In motion goes the tight end. Play action. Now it's Lance. Eluding the pressure right. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here's Blake Gillikin now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone. Marched it. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Lance. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's up to 70 yards now in this first half receiving as he's got a first down. Here's Lance. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Come on, set.
Now Lawrence on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
Oh, no doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Got a man, it's Tyquan Thornton. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And some space here. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 26. Again, it's Lance. Slant route, and he finds Thornton. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Tyquan Thornton, 26 yards. And the Ravens get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded right around the 8. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shot. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Kaiir Elam makes a pick. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Hard to forget starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Chiefs are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Well, I would guess it combined, if you spoke to both defenses, neither side has a lot to celebrate today. They haven't had a lot of stops, but that one right there, that's a big one because they stole points away with that play. And just as importantly, picked up a key stop on an offense that's been really impressive here in the early going.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get. Taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Throwing his Lance on third down. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That third down conversion good for 23. Off of play action, here's Lance. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 34. To throw, it's Lance. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Lance now on 1st down. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now a play fake. Lance. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the 3rd quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
On 2nd and goal, Lance. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Troy Pride. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, if there was any thought that this thing might turn around for this offense in the 2nd half, I think those thoughts pretty well dashed after that interception return there.
It just has not been a good outing for this unit whatsoever. There's no other way to say it. They've been overmatched, haven't performed to the level that they've needed, and that throw there is just going to contribute to this game getting out of hand.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Troy Pride. And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in more 2nd half blowout material. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick 6 today.
They are even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now that tilt the balance in their favor?
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's
caught at the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. What a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. But it's caught on the right side at Smith. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Jonnu Smith, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On play action, Lance. He sets to fire deep. And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tyquan Thornton with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens get a bit closer. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. Lance going to try to throw for this. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. He's at the 50.
there's some excitement, right? Go for two, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get...
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, exit.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Man open, here is Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. Complete. Smith has it. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to get this down near the 25. They go play action now. Lawrence. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
And so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Fine work there on the touchdown run. And the Chiefs are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage. Lawrence going to look to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Lance. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Jonnu Smith from 17 yards out. And the Chiefs are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Take it in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Hey, blue. Check back.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Take it in at the 3. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lance got his man. It's Thornton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Lance. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. Drops this underneath, it's Mitchell. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. Again, it's Lance. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up the 3rd down. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And they faked the handoff. Now Lance. And that is incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
He will have the conversion and more than that. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
It's caught at the 1, and he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is Smith with a grab. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
Lawrence. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Ravens come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What if